Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Lisa here from the Shady Tree Stitches, and welcome back to another one of my weekly update vlogs. Today is Sunday, the 20th of October, 2019, and I was getting ready for this video thinking, what will I have to say today? But as usual, there's always something. And firstly, thanks to you guys for watching. It really makes me feel happy to know that there are people who want to know my progress, want to know what I'm stitching, what's all happening in the stitching world. I still view myself as a beginner in this area, not a beginner stitcher by any means, but a beginner in the world of floss tubes. So I would really like to thank all those friends I've made over the past few months who have been supporting and guiding me in this journey. And hi, you know who you are. Thanks for watching. And to all the new people, thanks for finding me. I hope you like watching what I do. Basically, it's a video about cross stitch. So you get to see every week what I've done. And because of all the challenge groups that I'm totally nuts about, I get a lot of progress done on a lot of works. And then from time to time, the other half of the Shady Trees, Jenny, comes and joins me, and we do a catch-up video with both of us. So hopefully, if you like us, press like, leave a comment. And we'd love to chat to you. I did have a question, my goodness, a Q&A. Cheryl asked whether we could tell her where we got our lovely houses from that Jen and I were working on. We were working on 3 blackwork houses back in episode 35. And to tell you the truth, I don't remember. So I'm going to have to ask Jenny where we got them from. It was so long ago. But I know that they were called Barrington and Hawthorne. And I can't remember the third one off the top of my head. But Cheryl, we will get back to you in due course. Jenny and I have been stitching together for numerous years since we have a funny story because we first were friends in primary school, and then we went separate ways for high school. And then after I started working, I moved next door to a friend of hers, and then we reconnected, and we've been very close friends ever since then, especially over our love of stitching. All right, it's been a big week. I've had a busy week at school, of course, but because of everything I've needed to do, I have actually done 3,431 stitches this week since I last filmed, which is pretty good considering I felt like I was having days where I wasn't doing much. So in no particular order, I will show you what I've been working on. And I dug them all out and I thought, wow, lots and lots of projects. As always, try to double dip amongst as many challenge groups as possible. And so this week I've been doing my School of Magical Stitches weekly homework. I've been doing my Cross Stitches Journal Daily 30 weekly homework and a bit of monthly because the month is nearly over. Oh my goodness, it's the 20th already. I've only got 10 days to get all the monthlies done. Plus the Semi-Sane Stitches Halloween Murder Mystery. Really loving that one. Kudos to Lucy in particular. And the other people involved in organising that event for us. It's really enjoyable every day to see what the story is doing, and she's taking out our answers and applying them. So that's pretty cool. I particularly like that I incriminated Megan May in one of my answers, and that actually gave her a reprieve from getting kicked out. So that's really cool. All right, so Alice is my first one. Alice previously looked like this. Now, I worked on Alice because I had to do 200 purple stitches for magical stitches. And then I also, I don't know what else I had to work on her for. I haven't written down what else she was from. But I've actually did about over 700 stitches on Alice. Oh, I know. That was for the Semi-Sane. We had to do 800 stitches on something with a dress. So here she is. Sorry, back in this room with the bad lighting. So she's looking pretty good. Still looks like a My Little Pony, but most of the work I did is up here in the curtain. So you're starting to get a feel for how she's going to look. So that's Alice. Really pleased with her progress. Next one I worked on, for the Halloween mystery. No, for Halloween, I had to do something to do with Halloween, 300 stitches on a piece that I that I was scared of. I had to do between 200 and 400 stitches of a piece that scared me. And that's my Haid. As you would know from last week, I restarted my Haid this week on 18 count. So without too much further ado, I'm just going to show you where it's up to, because it was nothing last week. So there we have my Haid, and you can see I found a whole bunch of block by starting in the middle of the line. So can I suggest to anyone who's starting a Haid, look at your pattern. It may not be best to start in the top left corner. Mine was total confetti up there and then a lot of white. This is starting on the edge, probably actually this way, sorry, a bit hard to tell. This is on the edge, halfway down. So I started here, which was the middle point on the edge. So I've got a bit of that happening. It's actually all grass and trees, you can't really tell, but only 2 colours so far. So I'm really, really pleased with that. That's really good. And it was also 200 stitches for Magical Stitches homework, a piece I feel was cursed, because this one was definitely cursed. I had to restart it, and that was very annoying. Alright, next one I did a lot of work on, and it's just fallen out. I need to get one of those cool boards to show my works on. I'll look into that. Alright, We Are Human Sal. Loving doing this one from Clouds Factory this year. I'm nowhere near up to date with it as a Sal because I started it late, because really the picture at the beginning of the year did not give me any idea of what it was going to look like. So I previously was here and I worked on this for numerous things. Basically, my humans, I had to do something to do with a musical instrument. I'll show you that. It's got a piece I wished wouldn't end because I'm really enjoying it. Something to do with the police, and something has a torch in it, and also something to do with flying. So this is where we're up to now. All those people, so cute. Most of the work I did was up in this section, but if you see down here, can you see the startings of a little piano for Mozart? There's also a lute over somewhere over here, and up in the top corner, yeah, the cavemen, you can see the fire. So yeah, really pleased with how that's progressing. It's going to be a big piece, and I'm going to give that to my son. To be really nice to be able to have something for him, because it's hard to find things that sort of suit boys. Do you find that when you're stitching? And I'm sorry about the camera moving. My my couch must be touching where I've got the camera. All right, next one I had to do 300 stitches on, or 200 stitches on something to do with food. And I'm not sure why I did 300 stitches on it. Maybe because I just get confused. But my gingerbread, so previously looked like this, and I was able to do those stitches pretty fast. It's probably something to do with the semi-seine. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? And this one's actually going to be part of my my plans for this week. Cheryl's done something that says you need to do a piece of candy. Well, there's definitely candy in there. So yeah, my gingerbread Christmas is going really well. When I run out of these ones, I'll have to get some more. I really love doing those ones. Then I worked on Where My Heart Blooms. We had to do something to do with a house, human house. And so I worked on that. And we also, for Magical Stitches, had to do a piece we thought would be a prize-winning piece. So previously looked like this. And then this is where we're up to now. So you can see I've got a lot more of the house done. Really enjoying this. I do like the blackbird designs. So yeah, enjoying doing that. So there's my prize-winning piece, and I might submit into the Easter show, you never know. And beautiful piece of work with that house. The strange thing is that house is 2 stories. It's going to be a huge house. And I do love houses. I have a lot of house patterns. Surprisingly, I don't have a lot of house patterns on the go though. So I have that one. The next thing I had to do was something for Shirl's group, which was to do with my youngest whip. Well, my youngest or my oldest, and we've had this discussion before. I don't have any oldest. Like they're all about the same. I guess really I could have done my Sal, but anyway, this is getting ready for the Hogwarts for next year. Again, there's not too much point showing your previous photo because it looks pretty similar. It's just that I've done all that white stitching down there. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting style to do next year. So I'm just going to keep plodding away on this for the next few months. I'm sure this will end up as part of my finish that stitch in December, which will be finished all the preparation stitches. So yeah, it's exciting. And then the other one I worked on was my my scarecrow. Oh, and the reason for the scarecrow is we had to do something to do with Frankenstein. And Frankenstein, this piece has a Frankenstein. It has a little like cutout cardboard face of Frankenstein on the fence post for someone's Halloween decorations. So I did that for that. 300 stitches I had to do for Frankenstein. Previously looked like this. And I think just to show you, I'll put a picture of the actual Frankenstein head in as well. But here we go. We now look like that. Finding this a really lovely stitch to do. You can see the start of a little archway entering into the doors. And this bit over here is actually where Frankenstein's head is. Not that you can tell from that. But yeah, 300 more stitches on that. So I'm really enjoying that. Really, really exciting. I'm glad that I'm now getting into the full coverage as well. It's interesting. My haul this week, I have no actual haul, but Haid had a 50% off sale, and the girls on Virtual Stitches came up with this idea that we should all put our Haid emails down on a list so that if anyone wanted to send us anything on our wish list, we could. And so I did. And I went on and looked, and I sent a couple of pieces to a couple of the girls. Some people, long-standing virtual friends, other new virtual friends, because it's such a caring and sharing and generous community, and it's nice to be able to send someone. My biggest problem with sending things is the postage. It's just ludicrous to send anything from here in Australia, even within Australia. I sent something to Belinda the other day, and I think it took over 2 weeks to get to the other side of Australia. Ridiculous. So I did send two RAKs, RAKs, Random Act of Kindnesses, and then I was gobsmacked that I actually received 2 myself, and not from those people, from another lovely lady. And she'd gone through my wish list and found 2 beautiful pieces that I had on my wish list. So now my mission is to go through, download those patterns, go through and find all the threads I need, and I'll do another CXC order. I've been just waiting for my latest order to come. I don't like to order another one until I get the previous one. That's just me. It's a bit like fabric. I was in a Fabric of the Month club, and I'm still waiting on fabric from I don't know how many months ago, so I'm not going to be continuing with that. I'm a firm believer that if you promise something, you should deliver. And if there's any issues, you should let people know. But really, if you're in a Fabric of the Month club, you expect to get it every month. We get the invoices every month, just don't get the fabric. So not recommending that one. If you want to know who it is, just send me a message and I'll privately tell you. I'm not one for publicly slandering other people out there. I know everyone has lives, everyone has things that go on, so you never know. So that is what I was stitching on, except there was one other thing, and I thought I'd save it to last this time. We have a finish. We have a finish! Yay! Ding the bells. I don't have any bells. I haven't even got any Virtual Stitches bells yet. I haven't shown them. Alright, we have finished the Winter to Spring sampler by the Drawn Thread. Isn't that beautiful? So many gorgeous fancy little stitches. I really enjoy these. If I did this one again, I would do it in brighter colours. I'm not a pastel, such 90s pastels. I'm not a pastel person, but it's beautiful. So I have no idea what I'll do with it either, but it's finished. Yay! So well done to me for a finish this week too. I have to count them up, but I reckon that takes me to 25, maybe 26 finishes this year. So for all those people out there who think being in the challenge groups is silly, it really, really encourages me to keep doing. It's been hard this week, I'll tell you. That semi-sane Halloween challenge, craziness. Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't get much time to stitch. And I had to do 900 stitches on 3 lots of 300 for something. It was really hard. I had to stay up till 11 each night to do it. And it was a challenge. But that's okay. It's what I do it for. I don't have to do it. It's all optional. I'm playing the game and I want to do it. Same with Magical Stitches homework. Some people complain about it. I think, geez, it's just for fun. If you don't want to do it, you can't do it. Life gets in the way. C'est la vie. That's okay. Just join back in when you can. But I really love the camaraderie. I love chatting to the other girls on virtual about what they're stitching and seeing the progress. So anyway, I think that pretty much leaves me in a good place to start this week. I'm actually off to my local stitch catch up and stitch event today. So I know I've got one more monthly for Magical Stitches to do, which is 500 stitches on a piece that's part of a collection of at least 8 pieces. So I am going to work on my South American angel because she is part of the Barbara Bart's angel collection. So I'm going to go and work on her for 500 stitches, hopefully today while I'm there. And then after that, I will have a look at Shell's homework. Magical Stitches homework should get released. Then I'll make my plan for this week. It's going to be a weird week. I'm going to be away a couple of days. I'm going to be busy every night. My goodness, every night I'm going to be HSC marking and driving to and from Sydney. Really bad timing for that because it's actually the Stitch an Hour a Day challenge till the end of the month for embroidery.com, Stitchy Witchy. So of course I'm doing that. So I'm just going to have to find an hour to stitch every day. That's all right. I'll get it done. Yeah, it's possible. And if I don't, that's all right. So I wish you a very happy stitching week. I'm really looking forward to getting back into a more sense of routine. I've been enjoying watching my regular floss tubes a bit lately. I'm trying to not be on virtual every night because I want to watch some floss tube too. But I just really love chatting to people from all around the world. And I had a few events host, I think, in the last week, so it's been busy. But hey, if you have a floss tube channel and you don't think I've found you yet, then please give me a message below and tell me what it is. I'm really looking forward to checking out new people. You just never know when the next person you watch is going to end up being the person you really, really enjoy watching. You can't judge the books by the cover. That's one thing I've noticed. Anyway, all the best for a happy stitching day, and I will catch you next week. Bye.